Hello, and here. Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 on Lost Worlds. I don't know about you folks, I think we're definitely looking very, very lost here again, judging from the fact that we are doing forestry here again this episode. For those of you who like forestry, well, this will probably be a good episode for you, because that's probably most likely all we're going to be doing here this episode. Got a bunch of trees cut down here already, so there's not like a whole lot left here. I think by the time we wrap this episode up here, we'll have like most of the trees I plan on cutting down. Again, as I mentioned last episode here when we bought this land, which, by the way, if you didn't see last episode, we bought some new land here. There's not a whole lot of trees on here, he says as he looks at this huge pile here. But anyway, yeah, we've been busy cutting here. So far, the old Komatsu, well, really old, new to us, has been working really, really good here so far. Of course, we are leasing this here, so as soon as we're done, we're going to get rid of it, but it's been doing the job quite nicely here. Again, hopefully at the very least we can pay for the rental costs here on this particular unit here with the login we're doing, which I think we can. I mean, I think we're doing pretty good here, everyone. Pile's getting a little messy over here, as you know. You can kind of see the good pile I had. That one's kind of been the nice one, and then I've got what the heck happened over here on this side? I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know what happened over here. It just turned into a mess. Let's see. Where is the extent of my land here? Okay, so I'm pretty much running right along the edge of it here. Yeah, there's not a whole lot. Got a couple more trees along here we'll probably get out, but like I said, not a whole lot more here. I'm not allowed to cut this tree. Oh, is it outside of my property? So it is. Okay. There's some options we could probably change that would allow us to cut that, but I won't worry about that for now. We'll just get the trees that are in our property for now. And I pretty much, for the most part, am clear cutting the trees here on this land, Evan. Like, there's not a whole lot of trees left here. I did leave the trees that are along the path. Let's see once here, get my bearings here. Yeah, this one here. I left these trees. I might cut a couple more of these down right behind us here, but I didn't get the most of the rest of the trees. So, and you can see going out this way here as well. There's a couple trees left, but not a lot, right? I don't think I can cut this one down here. That's a different type of tree as far as I know, so we'll just maybe leave that one, farm around it. You know, it won't be the first time farmers left a tree out in the middle of the field, right, everyone? Used to be fairly common back in the day. Don't see it quite so much anymore. I think a lot of those trees that used to be out in the middle of the fields, farmers have kind of been getting rid of them, or they've died over the years, they've fallen, whatever. So a lot of them are disappearing, but used to be back in the day. You'd see a lot of just like single trees, or maybe like a small grouping, 3, 4, 5 trees, whatever, out in the middle of the field here and there. Back in the day, I don't know what the story was. The farmer just didn't clear that particular area or whatever. Who knows, right? I know, again, continuing that story there too on my grandpa's land. He had, what was it? It was probably about 10 trees, probably. He had one of his fields there. He had a grouping of about probably 10 trees. Just, yeah, kind of a weird spot. Kind of annoying to farm around, right? But, yeah, just there they were. Why? I have no idea, Evan. No idea. I think if I was my grandpa farming land, I think I'd probably be getting rid of those trees, to be honest. Leave the trees along the edge and then get rid of the ones in the middle, because, yeah, kind of annoying to try to farm around them. And then not to mention, too, Evan, typically, wherever the trees are, you're usually not getting a very good yield either. The trees really hurt the yield quite badly, typically, so it's there's not a whole lot of winning with a tree by a field there, as far as I know. I don't know, unless you folks know something I don't. There's, yeah, trees plus fields and crops usually are not a good thing. I don't know, I suppose maybe back in the day, Evan, you got the smaller tractors or whatnot. You leave a tree out in the middle of the field, want to take a break, you go park under the tree for a little bit, and there you go. Maybe, I don't know, just a hypothesis. Let's see once here. Yeah, I'm right along the edge of the land here, pretty much, aren't I? Got a couple more trees. Oh, hello. Yes, I had this happen a couple times here when I was cutting some of the other trees at Donovan. Every so often, I don't know if a tree gets stuck in the ground or what, but hopefully get some of these logs picked up here this episode as well. But figure we'll cut down a couple more trees here, get ourselves a really nice big pile going. Yeah, we got a pretty good sized pile here. We could cut them down right where they're laying too, I suppose, Evan, but then you have to like kind of drive from tree to pick them up. I don't know. I've always kind of found this to be kind of a good way of doing it. Especially if you plan on picking them up like properly. When I say proper, like get yourself some proper logging forks and all that good stuff. Then having a nice, neat pile. Now, I won't consider this to necessarily be a neat. The back side of the pile from this direction, I mean, is fairly neat. Like, you could pick those up probably with logging forks pretty easily. But, yeah, the rest of the pile's gotten a little messy. But we're using auto load them. At least that's the plan anyway. So, not going to worry too much about it. Let's see. Is this on our land? I think it is. Apparently, it's not. Okay, never mind. I think there's maybe, is there like one more tree over here then? There's some getting out a little closer to the edge, I suppose. I don't know how far we want to go out here. I might just start a new pile out here then. I probably won't worry about those for now here. I think we maybe have all the ones I'm going to get for now. Yeah, we got a couple over here I might grab. Yeah, like I said, if I cut these down, I'll cut them down and I'll start a pile over here rather than dragging them all the way back to that pile. Looks like there's maybe 3-4 more trees here that I can we'll drag these back to that pile, and I think we'll be pretty good. I think getting up there, I think a few of these trees are maybe on our land yet. I'd like to say maybe is that green spot there is probably where the property dividing line is, I think. So we'll have to figure that out when we get up there. Got the trees up there. We'll probably just make a pile up there as well. Come on. Yeah, I know you're not going to cut because you're all doing silly things. Come on, what the world? Gotta love the physics sometimes. I'm just like, what? And there we go. Nope. There. It's one of those jobs, Evan, where actually if you're running like dual joysticks, it actually works out pretty good. That is something I did in the past. I haven't done it here in Farming Simulator 22 yet. It takes a little bit of setting up, but for those of you who really enjoy your forestry work, or maybe working with more of the construction style equipment over the farming equipment in the game here, definitely looking at maybe getting yourself a dual joystick setup. It does work quite nicely. It does take a little bit of work to set up. You're gonna have to go like through and configure all your controls and stuff like that, and determine what kind of control pattern you're gonna have as well, because typically you have a couple different control patterns. Is it what deer and I don't know what you call the other one, bobcat controls or whatever. Just a reminder here, too, by the way, if you haven't already clicked that subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And, of course, once you are subscribed, don't forget to, if you haven't turned on your notifications, make sure you do that. That way you get notified of the next latest, greatest forestry episode going live here. Actually, hopefully, next episode we'll probably be back to some farming, I think. And speaking of farming, it'll probably be plowing up some new field here, I think. That'll probably be the plan with this. We do have grass here, too. I don't know. Can we still mow? Where's the calendar yet? It says we can still mow grass yet, so I don't know. We might do some of that next episode. We got a nice grassy spot here. Maybe see if we can get that mowed, make some more bales, make a little bit more money. Okay, you know what? I think as far as trees go, I think we're going to start a pile over here. I'm going to sit here driving all the way over there all the time. We got, I wouldn't say a lot of trees over here, but we got a few trees over here. Might be worth starting a pile. And, of course, too, got to go through and grind all the stumps out as well. Oh, I know, everyone's favorite job, right? Okay, looks like a good spot for a pile. There we go. Wow. English here today. Don't forget to, Evan, if you'd like to join us in on our multiplayer servers, you can find the multiplayer server information down below in the description here again of the video. As a reminder, again, anyone is welcome to join as long as you can play nicely, follow the rules, and you do have to have a PC, by the way. Something I do often forget to mention, but yes, we are a PC-only server, just because of the mods we're using. You know, GPS kind of takes care of that problem. Plus, we use a few other PC-only mods, but GPS would be the big one there. Okay, one last tree over here. Maybe before we cut down any more of them, maybe I'll go grab a trailer. And we'll have to lease that here again as well. Lease a trailer and a truck to pull it with. There we go. Yeah, this is the point where the stack's probably going to get a little messy, because this tree, of course, is facing the wrong way. For those you're wondering, usually, actually, no, let's see if we can get this to work here. What I've done in the past, I mean, if you get a tree like this, yeah, usually you can get it to swing around here. Mind this probably would not be a good idea to do this in real life with this, but, you know, in the game here, it works. So we got the roll cage on it, right? Or the protecting thingamajigger around it. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I think, is this, checking the property here again. Oh, actually, you know what? No, our property goes a little bit further here, so this is not quite right to the edge, but... Okay, like I said, I think we're going to call that for right now, one. I'll come back and we'll probably cut some more later. We got, yeah, there's a few more trees out this way. Not a whole lot more out that way. Plus, if we cut along the back side, as we'll probably get to that at some point. But for now, one, let's go see what we can find for a trailer here. Oh, I remember what category is that forestry trailer under here? Not that one. Timber Runner, 12-meter auto load, 15-meter auto load. Whoa, 20-meter auto load, huh? Don't remember which one I had last time. 12-meter auto load, huh? I've got 8-meter long ones here at the moment. Standard. Yeah, standard probably. How much does this cost? $39, $45, $55. Okay, so they just, yeah, kind of go up in price. I'm pretty sure that's the one I had last time was probably this one, I think. Pretty sure that was the one, right? Go ahead and lease that. How much? $2,000. Yeah, not too shabby. And then a truck to pull that with here. I think we were using, was it that Ford truck? Yeah, this one right here, right? And let's put that a little bit brighter color red. Yeah, I like that red just a little bit better than Kind of the faded one they had on there. We don't change it. Oh, main color. Wow, plus 4,000, huh? Just to change that color. Yeah, $1,600. I suppose we can afford it. I was trying to figure out what the bud was doing with his hand here. It's like, oh my goodness, your hand looks a little, I want to get that checked out, by the doctor there, but. Okay, what are we set to? We are set to, oh, poop. I was mentioning this here last episode. I couldn't remember. Was it 6 meters or 8 meters? It was 6. Well, we'll see how this auto loads with 8 meter long ones. Yep. For some reason, I can't change it. Change number of piles. It doesn't work. Don't know why. Haven't taken the time to figure out either. Probably some sort of key binding conflict. I don't know what, though. No idea what conflicts with enter. So apparently something must conflict with enter. We should have gotten the $45,000 trailer. I don't know, it was only $2,000. I suppose we still could yet if we want to. Let's see how well this auto loads here. First, start auto. That's unload. Where's the start load? I think it was B, right? Yeah. Are we on the wrong side? We need to be loading on. Show load position. Where's the load side here? Switch load side to right. Yeah, okay, we're on the wrong side. That's another thing that doesn't work. I've been trying to switch the load side. It doesn't switch the load side on this trailer. Again, I don't know why, but. That is something that'd be nice if Giants could work on that as well. Maybe for the next version of Farming Simulator. And all the key binding conflicts. I'm sure you folks, if you've played with any mods, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. Key binding conflicts. It's, yeah. I'll say common, but it kind of is. These logs just sit down in there a little bit better. Might not be putting 2 stacks on here. We'll see once. Yeah, I might have to stick with 1, everyone. Yep. And if I remember correctly, I think with this particular trailer, but once the one side is full, it will automatically switch to the other side. Again, I just stopped it there. I didn't want it to go any further because, yeah, if it does start low in the backside, bad things will probably start happening. And I suppose I should probably double check. And the time-saving stock check doesn't show this, does it? No, it does not. Doesn't show logs, does it? Well, that's kind of a bummer. Shows everything else pretty much, so. Let's see once here. I'm just assuming we're probably going to be going to the same spot as the last one would. We're going to Forestry Sell Point. And you kind of have to tag it because, where is it here? Okay, I think that's the other one, isn't it? Could be wrong, but I think this is the other sell point. I don't think we've been down. Whoa, hello, trailer tipping over. Wow, was not expecting that. Also, I can't get out of here. There we go. Interesting, everyone. Very, very interesting. Looking at the underside of the truck here. Wow. Not a whole lot of detail under there, but that's actually kind of a good thing. If you ask me, I'm doing a good job on the mod author's part. Pretty much removing detail that is not needed. Come on, tip over. Rest of the way. There we go. Okay, wow, it's very tippy. Okay, what is this sell point like? Pretty much identical to the last one, isn't it? Kind of pull up in between there, push the button, and bam. $15,000. I'll take it, Evan. I'll take it. Wouldn't mind seeing a little bit more, obviously, but oh well. Also, on that note, let's load up some comments here. Moment soon, what you folks had to say here for last episode. Starting off here with Justin. Justin was saying soybeans leave nitrogen in the soil. Yes, they do. Doesn't mean they don't necessarily need fertilizer, though, like the game implies. Let's see, am I on the left? Yes, I'm on the right side here. Perfect. And when I say the right side, I mean the left side. Or was it the right side? Okay, what side's the right side of the right side? Beautifully loaded. I like it. Go cut down some more trees. And double check. Yes. I think the ones right in front of me are the ones we're going to be cutting down. Anyways, continuing on with Justin's comment here. Legumes are like soybeans, have a symbiotic relationship with nitrogen-fixing bacteria. Secretions. Oh boy, this is sounding fun right here, right, everyone? Secretions from roots draw these bacteria to a root zone called the rhizosphere. Bacteria fixate N into nodules on the roots that are left behind. We always plant about 1 pound of N per bushel yield for credit when figuring the next season's requirements. Oh, you know what? I should, I don't know. 8 meters seems to be working pretty good. I probably should set this down to 6, but he was saying that important note, studies seem to indicate that this process runs out of steam at about 55 to 60 bushels per acre yield. That's kind of interesting that it, like, okay, if your yield continues to go up, the amount of nitrogen just doesn't at that point. That is kind of interesting. I mean, you would think higher yield would mean, the plant's got to be producing more nitrogen for that yield, right? But I don't know. Tim was saying, I would recommend mowing all of your grass because silage makes good money. If you're talking all the grass, like trying to mow this stuff, yeah, that's a pain trying to go around trees and just mowing along paths. Yeah, nah, yeah. It used to kind of be the old school. I shouldn't say maybe old school. There's still people like to do that yet, but one of the common ways back in the day of making money was just go mow all the grass along the sides of fields and stuff like that. That kind of changed a little bit back when Giants, and I forget if this was it Farming Simulator 17 maybe, or 19, when Giants changed the land requirements, so you can no longer do anything, along the edges of the fields if you didn't own it. Before you could just go mow grass wherever you wanted, right? Well, Giants changed that, so now you actually have to own the land before you can mow it. So that kind of fixed some of that stuff. I'm on, tree cutter. Yeah, I know you're crooked. Because you're being silly. Stop it. There we go. Yeah, we got 2 more trees there. Might cut some of these out along here as well. Probably will do that. I'm going to leave the ones that are along the path, Evan. I will leave those. So the line that's kind of along this path here, I'll leave those. But then the ones that are kind of on the line. Oh, wrong button. Well, wrong spot for that button, I should say. Remember to pick that one up here when we get a chance. Let's see, next comment here from Killen. Killen was saying, I've never been a fan of forklifts in this game. He was saying skid steers work great for pallets. I use an Xbox controller for them. Everything else is wheel and side panel. I don't know, the skid steers kind of fall in the same category as forklifts, if you ask me, when it comes to moving palletized material around. Speaking of which, let's grab this tree here a minute before we go any further. Yeah, that's just, yeah. There's obviously some forklifts in the game. Like, how many people actually use these forklifts? I mean, again, as I've said many times before, I've been working, there we go, there's forklifts. Oh, yeah, you got quite a few forklifts here. I didn't realize there was that many of them. You got a platinum expansion one. Wow, look at that. I mean, like, how many of you folks actually use those forklifts? They're so dreadfully useless compared to, you know, how it's supposed to work in real life. It's just absolutely ridiculous. If you, hello, tree up there. Where did that come from? I remember seeing that before. I don't think this thing's going to reach that. Actually, you know what I can do? Maybe do? No, that's ties up. That can go. Let's see if this will work here. Ah, it might. Yeah, we got it. Well, at least I get rid of the tree oven. There we go. Maybe didn't get anything for the tree, but at least it's gone. Suck this back in here a little bit. There we go. Typically when I'm doing logging them, and I usually don't move this a whole lot. I usually kind of leave it just about like that somewhere, and then I just rely on driving. Kind of keeps the controls a little bit simpler that way. You don't sit here having to like move and change and like, no, you just kind of drive. You know, move it around a little bit, of course, if you have to, but pretty much leave it where it's at. Mesa was saying, why don't you plant some sugar cane since the fields are smaller? Just because the fields are smaller doesn't mean we plant stuff like that in them. Killen was saying that baler looks like a reskin of the Viacon Fast Bale. On the in-game mod hub, there's another baler that looks like the same but can change the color on it, called the Quick Bale. Both are in the in-game mod hub. I think that's the one I have, is the Quick Bale one, isn't it? Let's take a look here. Balers. Where are the balers? It is the Quick Bale, yes, the John Deere Quick Bale. Which I don't think is actually John Deere, as I mentioned. I mean, it's it's something else. Like Killen said, maybe a Viacon. Not a John Deere, I don't think. Hey, the price tag was right. The brand is also right, even though it might not quite technically be right. Killen was also saying there's a Farmer Dynasty 2 out now. Oh, that's right. Yes, that game did come out here. I'll have to maybe check that game out at some point, everyone. But yeah, Farmer's Dynasty 2. He was saying, I think you played on the first one. Yes, we did. We played Farmer's Dynasty back in the day. Been a few years. Been quite a few years since that first one. The first one really, I don't know if you'd really call it a farming game, though, per se. I mean, it's got a little bit of a farming aspect to it, but at least the first one, anyway. Maybe the second one's got more farming, but... Willard was saying, they named that the Quick Bale for a reason. It's quick. You got that right there, Willard. That is definitely a quick baler. And it goes even quicker at times, too, which I'm not sure why that was. Times it just takes off on you, right? Okay, well, anyway, I've been looking at the time here. It is time to wrap it up here this episode. So on that note, you folks have any comments and or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, everyone, thanks for watching. Until next time.